from Mission Control Houston. International Space Station configured for docking. Everything's go from our end. Back over to you in Hawthorne.
All right, thanks, Gary. We're jumping in now with Bob and Doug inside the Crew Dragon. Again, you're able to see what they're looking at on those displays there. And this a view from the Dragon spacecraft itself. You can see the International Space Station continuing to close in. Right now, they're only about 430 meters away. They're going to be quickly passing through waypoint 0 in the next 3 minutes, and they're going to continue their way up to waypoint number 1, which is going to be just about 220 meters outside, out in front of the station itself.
Yeah, and Dragon has a number of relative navigation sensors, items that are used for guidance and control of the vehicle. So right now, Dragon's in a pointing mode that has those relative navigation sensors trained on the space station, with the attitude control system making minor adjustments as it needs to. And here's a view from Dragon. Dragon's got a number of relative navigation sensors, as well as a couple of cameras that can look forward. That will hopefully get some additional views as far as we get closer to docking. So here's a good view of the space station. Pretty cool. You can actually you can see the solar panels and actually the thermal radiators there. Here's a great view from a camera behind Bob and Doug. Bob in the right-hand seat in the pilot seat, Doug in the commander seat, or the CDR seat. They've got a display in front of them that's the forward view. It's got some procedural information on the left-hand side that's telling them criteria that they're looking for. Anything off nominal, they could, of course, step in and issue a command if necessary. And then on the left-hand and right-hand screen, we're actually their piloting controls. So when the vehicle is in an appropriate state to receive those commands, they can just hop in and use those touch-sensitive gloves, issue commands to the vehicle's attitude control system.
Much later.
Point.
You can see the service section Draco is just doing all these very small, minor attitude corrections. Really, the autonomous docking system at work, making sure that the vestibule and the soft capture system is lined up with IDA2. It's the international docking adapter. You can see much more clearly there the hinge mechanism for the nose cone. Those four black circles are the forward bulkhead Dracos, not to be used at this time. And then, of course, the pedals of the soft capture system. Wow.
Dragon on the big loop. We're inside 10 meters. We cannot make out the docking target, but we do see the outline.
We copy and concur, 10 meters.
All right, we're less than 10 meters away. Again, we're closing at that rate of less than 1/10 of a meter per second. We should be just about 1 minute, 45 seconds away from docking.
There's a center line camera right in that middle, so that you can see where the forward hatch is, and right in the middle of that there's a window and there's a center line camera that is aligned with the center of the vehicle and the center of the docking mechanism. So that is what the autonomous docking system is using to line up with sort of a cross hatch, cross target on the docking port. Again, the forward docking port on PMA2, or the pressurized mating adapter.
And we are just 5 meters away. Again, we're racing that sunset. This Dragon continues to close, 4 meters to go.
Those shadows of the space station on the vehicle. Yeah, you can actually see the centerline camera pretty clearly there, sort of with the contrast of the sun right now.
3 meters to go. Two meters. We are inside the hands-off point, the chop, the crew hands-off point. 1 meter to go. Soft capture complete.
Dragon in space. Soft capture confirmed. Stand by for retraction and docking.
Bye.
And we just heard it, soft capture. We have docking, that coming at 7:16 a.m. Pacific time, with the station and Dragon flying 262 statute miles right over the border between northern China and Mongolia.
You saw a little bit of motion there of Dragon. That was that relative motion that the soft capture system is damping out. Once that motion is clear, then the soft capture system will be retract.
Again, if just now tuning in,